March 21st, 2023. To some people, maybe only me, the release of the last direct physical support. Of course, we also have this guy, but he is dog shit. So we won't talk about him for the rest of this video. Don't get me wrong, Mika is a good support, but if he is that good, then why did I make this video? Increase attack speed and dealing more physical damage are great, but there's just need to be a lot more to make physical viable and maybe meta again. But before we dive into how we could fix physical, let's talk about why physical need to be fixed. Ever since the release of the game, every mob that is not human-based have their physical res always higher than any elemental res. Yeah, so after like 10 seconds of research, it's actually not. So for the sake of arguing, imagine this is real. This results in why elemental damage is always more preferable than physical damage. Razor and Xingyan are cool and decent, but it's Genshin. People prefer big damage. But this all changed on May 18th, 2021. The release of the one and only, my wife. Eula was what revived physical damage. She's cryo, tick in the box for superconduct. Her skill does physical shred, tick in the box for making physical rest equal to other elements. Her ult one-shot any enemies, tick in the box for massive damage. She is literally the magnum opus of physical DPS. And what was missing was dedicated support. And at the time of release, not. Well, if you squint your eyes, Visual is good for applying superconduct and a good sub DPS. Lisa talent reduces defense of enemies, and well, we do have Rosaria, but that's C6. We are talking about base level here. You could argue about Bennett and Mona, but you would rather use them for other teams rather than physicals. As time goes on, we do sometimes get indirect support. Raiden is good for energy regen and maybe a second DPS when Yula is out of energy. Shenhe just randomly has physical shred for her ultimate. All is good until the release of Dendro. It's been 10 years since I last played Genshin, so here's my quick summary of Dendro and its consequences. Whip and Melt can 2x your damage. Well, Aggravate can do that but 10x better. It took you more billion years to farm your artifacts for your Ayaya team. Damn bro, it took me 10 seconds to fully build my Bloom team. What it does to elemental damage also does the same to physical damage as well. We got massively power crap. A C0 R1 Eula ult max damage with team buff only goes up to 500k, whereas this little bit is that shit for breakfast. Sure, C6 R1 or 5 Eula is still meta, but you could literally say that for any character. It doesn't matter. Throughout Sumeru, we got a direct support, Mika, and as I said before, he was good but extremely underwhelming. And until the start of Fontaine, we got an indirect buff in form of Purina. Same situation as last time, every team uses her. So that's the situation that we ended up with. No good support for 3 years straight. And here's a solution to how to fix physical damage. First, it has to be a support. And if you guys want a DPS, I will not replace my wife. Anyway, back to the video. And this support has to be Electro. Obviously, we want a way to proc superconduct without spending a slot on a useless teammate that doesn't buff physical in any way. Love you Fischl, but you don't have that physical straight on you. Next up, this character needs to be a good off-field DPS, not a healer, not a shooter. That role already goes out to Diona and Mika. Since we don't have that privilege of Whip, Melt 2x or Bloom 911, 40% physical shred is not bad, just saying, but having additional damage to your 10k normal and gazillion years ult cooldown would be nice to have. Third, as I slightly mentioned before, you want a way to proc superconduct without spending a slot on a useless teammate that doesn't buff physical in any way. Other talent, skill, or ult, or all of them need to grant physical buff or shred, or both, in any form possible. Just imagine the skill to be like Fischl Bird, and each hit grants 5% physical shred to whoever got hit, max 45. This also takes advantage of Golden Trope and Tenacity. Ultimate would be like Tarzan Domain expansion. But instead of anime,
Animo resistance
and
Animo damage bonus.
it would be physical and the scaling need to be 3x. And talent would be like if Yula is in a team, grant her 100% crit on ult and decrease skill cooldown by 5. Wait, 3.2 seconds to make it more balanced. For weapon of choice, and I think would be fine since the skill is gonna summon something. Sword, Palm, and Claymore doesn't seem to fit, so we're left with either Bow or Catalyst. I know this might be a bit too powerful, but hear me out. I want the signature weapon substat to be either crit rate or damage, and the effect could be like, if the character casts a skill that would summon an entity, increase the character attack by X, and if a teammate deals physical damage higher than 20k while the entity is still on the field, increase the attack by X. You know what? Let's also add in an attack speed by 20 for the funny. And for what rarities would it be? I mean, you could easily have guessed. It's sadly gonna be a 5 stars. If you wonder why not 4, look at the past release of 4-star support, Abysmal Dog. For artifacts, I already feel like Golden Trope and Tenacity would be fine enough and balance out the brokenness of the support. But if you really want one, then here's one. 2-piece, increase damage of summon entity by X. 4-piece, after using elemental skill that summon an entity, increase the character electro damage by X and team normal attack by X% of the character total attack for X seconds. If the character leaves the field after using elemental skill, decrease the physical rest of every enemy present on the field by X for X seconds. This should grant the support a sub DPS roll from the lack of self buff from the kit and weapon. And there you have it, boys. The most balanced, well thought out support for physical to ever exist, and depend on the situation, it might not even make it meta. And in case this video hasn't reached 8 minutes yet, yeah, I don't think it did. Here are some of my friend takes on how to fix physical. And by some, I mean only one. Because no one else replied to my message. Enjoy. We needed to have enemies that are immune to elemental attacks or high race. Holy shit. I know that I just make the most broken support ever, but this just make 99% of the game unplayable. Good luck in Sparrow-based curse. And that's the end of the video. I know that I said, alright, that's it for today's video. The next one should come out in 2 years, but I got too bored, so I just have to make another video. If you enjoy, hit the sub, like, and especially share button because I need watch time. Anyway, bye bye.